Well, hello. Welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and today we're working on our Sunday stitching, and it's Roxy's Journal of Stitchery this week. I am still working on my box bag in the background, but we've had a new prompt. Now, the new prompt was favourite flowers, and those of the ladies that are doing it on like a roll, a bobbin roll, they're obviously going to just add in extra flowers and things. But as you know, mine is separate pages. And I thought that what I would like to do is I'd like to have, as it were, 4 windows and what we could see through the windows. And because I wanted to make life difficult, I've decided to do round windows. So I've just used this tin lid and drawn 4 circles, okay? And then because I wanted to make sure that my designs would fit correctly, I've just done some really, I mean, I can't draw, you know, but I've just done some really rough sketches. And then I thought I could pop this on top, and obviously I can move it around. Now, it's not the easiest thing to see because I haven't done it in a very thick pen. I've only done it in pencil, but I think it's enough for me to get the rough guideline of what I want to do. So using my Frixion pen, I'm just going to do like a bunch of flowers growing in the field, as it were, or out in the garden, and then I'm just going to bring them down. And then we'll have another one there. So I'm just bringing all these stalks down like so, and then I'm just gonna fill in like that roughly. And I'm thinking I'm gonna cut circles of fabric and just do like a French knot in the middle, so there won't be a lot of stitching in that one. And then this one I'm going to do my house, or my first house. So this has got a triangle shaped roof, and I'm just coming down the sides, and I'm going to do square windows with like a cross stitch through there like so, and then we'll have a big door, and then we'll have some little flowers here, and then maybe we'll go up and we'll have a bit of a tree and a big sort of tree there, and we just sort of come down like that, and then flower, 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 flower. We'll have a little pathway there and a flower there. And then I thought this one would be the second house, and this has got more of a sort of elongated, flatter roof. We'll have some ridge tiles, then we'll have a chimney, we'll have a tree here, a flower and a leaf. Put this straight that side, and again the same type of windows with the cross in. Have a long window there, that can have like a double cross, then a big front door, and again like that one, and then maybe, yeah. And then the very last one, I thought I'd go for these more sort of wild looking flowers, so just sort of French knots running down the sides. And obviously this will all iron out, so that's fine. And then I was going to do sort of like a sort of leafy one there, and then one there as well. Again, can't draw. These are basically sort of love hearts really on that one. And then a dandelion. I do love a dandelion, so basically starting with a clock and then just doing the little crosses. We used to call them wet the beds when I was a kid. I don't know if the kids still play with them, blow them around today. I'm going to do one of them and then we'll just sort of bring that down there. So that's what we're aiming for, give or take. And I think I'm going to start with my little scissors and I'm going to cut out all these little circles. So what have we got? We want flowers, so we want something sort of bright. Not in that bag, I don't think. Let's have a look in this bag. So, now what is that? That looks good, doesn't it? There, that bit. Oh, this is lovely. It's got flowers on it anyway, hasn't it? Look. Quite big flowers. And obviously we want little tiny ones. So, in fact, you know what? I probably could have cut that whole thing out and stitched it in. So I might want to keep those bigger flowers, mightn't I? For something later on. Let's have a look. Whereas I could use this whole corner here without interrupting any of those big flowers. Because that's the thing, you need to make sure you get the most out of your fabrics. So I'm just going to do these really rough little circles. Not even going to be proper circles really. I'm just going to pop them down and around. Okay, that's my plan. So how is everybody? All happy, safe and well? The weather's taken a nice turn now, isn't it? I mean, I went out earlier and in the car it's like an Indian summer. It was so warm, even with the windows open. So, whoops. Yeah, I think summer's finally starting to pop its head above the parapet, as it were. I'm waiting for a parcel, because you know I always film ahead, it's not actually Sunday. So I'm waiting for a parcel. So once that comes, I can get on and do another exciting little project. I also need to do my Marguerite Miller challenge collage page. I've got it all set up. So busy day, but busy in the craft room. That's what we like, isn't it? It's a mixed up week this week because hubby's been off out to meetings, in and out, so I feel like I don't know what day it is. My youngest, no, not my youngest, my eldest granddaughter, my middle grandchild, has got chicken pox, bless her heart, so she's poorly and not very happy. But, you know, it's one of those childhood illnesses, isn't it, that we just all sort of have to have, really. Whoops. So, building these up, doing it all out the same fabric, so that it's more like a sort of patch of flowers rather than a wild field of different ones, which is what that bottom one is like. And I love this colour cut down in the little circles like that. It's lovely, pinky purpley, and it's got some blue in it as well. I've been desperately, I did tell you when I bought this particular bag of bits and pieces, fabric scraps, I bought it from a lovely lady on eBay, and I've desperately been trying to find her, hunt her out, and I can't find her anywhere. So if anybody is watching and you recognise this fabric and you are an eBay seller, please leave me a message, because I would like another one of your bags of scraps and I can't find you. And I know it's my own fault because I've got several eBay accounts and I can't now find which account I bought you on, and it's a little bit of a headache, but ho hum. And I know there are lots of people doing them, but I particularly wanted to go back to this lady because I particularly liked her bag of bits for many different reasons. It's like when I buy those vintage letters and things, I feel like the lady that I buy those from, she's a lovely lady, and I'm now going to do some bigger ones for these trees. She's also a lovely lady, and she very kindly combines postage and posts out really quickly. So again, I like to use her, and she obviously does it as a bit of a business because she often has different things. Get a little one in there. So that's that tree, like that. We'll do that one the same, I think, rather than different. So yeah, and I've got her well and truly saved, so there's no way I'm gonna lose her. But I didn't think to save this fabric lady, and of course when I bought them originally I didn't know that I was going to love them quite so much, so otherwise I'd have saved them at the time. Right, now I need different green for these trees. I might use this sort of khaki one, so, and then I'm actually gonna run a little bit of glue stick so I can pick it up and move it around before I worry about losing all the tree all the bits that I've cut out and put on. One more up there because that's all stitchery, so I'm not worried about that. We want little tiny ones there. I wonder if I might actually do them in French knots rather than fabric. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if I can cut circles that small, that's the thing. Oh, do you know what? I've just had an idea. I don't know if it's going to work though. Let's see. If I take my hole punch, can I, whoops, oh that's all right, I've just pulled the thing off. Can I punch those little tiny flowers out of here? No, they're just too small. And I know that the bigger one doesn't cut through fabric, so that's not going to work. I'm just going to have to decide whether or not I can do. I mean, they're so small, look. How cute though. So perhaps it's worth it. But I think maybe before I do any more, we'll get some glue on there. So glue stick, pick those 3 up and just pop them back, because it's just so much easier to handle when you know they're not gonna drop out. So that's that one, and then that one. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Oh well, let's do it. So just literally okay, just pop them on. I know it's more time consuming, but for me it just makes it easier, because I can move it from my desk to my chair. I don't have to worry if it's gonna fall off en route and I'm going to lose it all. Well, I seem to have lost one, don't I? Where's the one gone that I lost? Oh. Oh well. So then this tray, and I dropped that little tiny pink bit. Where did that go? See? So tiny. That's the trouble, you see. This is what I'm saying. But hey. Okay. And then we'll do a little tiny pink one there. Oh, it's all going to pot, isn't it? And then we want 2 more. So one there. There's the one that I just lost. Now I found it. And I think for some reason I need another one, probably because we've got an even number, and if you've been around a while, you know I don't cope with even numbers. So put that one on there, like so. I think I'm going to do it again over here. I do like it, but obviously I need to find a different fabric again. But we seem to have this reddy pink lark going on, don't we? We need to stay with that. We got this like sateen. Again, it's the same colourway because it was I think it was a burgundy and gold sort of scrap bag that she described it as. So that's why they're all the same sort of colour. And I've obviously used this one for these flowers before, because I've got those sort of non-circle circles going on. So how are you all getting on with yours? I can't believe there's only 2 more to go and then we're done. I'm hoping that means the girls will then be moving into a Christmas one. Although I must admit I'm very naughty. I've ordered my Advent already. So I know I've got more sewing coming for December. So that's awesome. And then we just need to redo those two. But I do know that a lot of YouTubers are starting to think about Christmas now. I know that the other day, Amy over at Crafty Cat, she was talking about her 50-week challenge that I've been doing. You've seen them, some of them. She's talking about doing a Christmas one next. So, and I heard somebody else talking about Christmas designs. So yeah, it's coming. And I know we are only in May, but I also know that as a crafter, it's scary how much time it takes doing Christmas stuff. Okay, there we go. So there's all our fabric flowers. Let's scoop up all these bits of fabric, get them out of the way. We've got cold coffee over here, as always. Now, let's look at our threads. So I still haven't managed to get the brown, but like for the tree. But I have got some green, and I've got some pink, and I've got some raspberry red, and maybe even the white. So we got the 3 for the centres. 1, 2, 3 centres. Probably white, pink, red. And then we've got that green. Bless you to hubby, sneezing away upstairs. And then in my box here, which is a terrible mess, please don't look, we could use 1, 2 greens. I will find my chocolate brown for my tree trunks. There it is. Brown for my trees. And then we've got 2 more different greens. So that's all our threads in order. Let's find our needle case. Find a needle. Let's make a start. Now I have noticed actually that I've got one here that's got a very pale brown in, so we could maybe use some of that, and then I'll use this one as well. Right, so let's get started then. Let's get down to business. Stop it there, don't sing. I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. Right, so I'm going to start with these trees here in this pale brown, and I'm literally just going to poke through, and I'm going to do a back stitch all the way up. So like that, and just come back into the hole. Very thin, spindly tree with a very big excuse me, a very big head on the top of it. And I don't mind that it's not a complete straight line, because nature never ever grows in a straight line. It just somehow makes it a little bit more realistic. So get rid of that. And I do think actually that I'm going to turn round and I'm going to do another one down from there, because well, I just feel like it needs another one. But I want to bring it further over so that it looks definitely like another one, rather than like the outlines of a wide trunk, if that makes any sense. We go behind that flower like so, because then I can obviously do the green stalk or stem of the actual flower. There we go. There's that first tree. It doesn't take 5 minutes, does it? Especially when they're tiny like this. Just do a little wrap. Pull that through. Must be nearly lunchtime. My belly's rumbling. Yes, it is nearly lunchtime. Just looked at the clock. That makes sense. I can see some glitter on here from that embossing yesterday. It's one of the reasons I don't do it very often. This glitter ends up everywhere. And it annoys me, I don't like it. Not really a sparkly kind of girl, if I'm honest. We've come over that tree head, which is sort of put that more to the front, which is nice. So, obviously I'm ahead of time, so I'll ask about plans for the weekend, not what you did. Anyone got any plans? Any outings? If this weather stays, then it's definitely going to be days out, isn't it? Or it should be. Right, not that one. A trim. So there, we've got our stalks on our trees. So now I think I'm going to go for this sort of limey green. I'm going to split that down like so. Where's my needle? I'm going to put that through there like so. Going to get a knot on here. And now we're just going to do these flowers in exactly the same way. So it's almost primitive, you know. You wouldn't want it over, but then you know me, I don't do art skilled stitching. It's just, I like the primitive shapes. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that, am I? Duh. I like the primitive shapes of the flowers and the very sort of random way they're positioned. So it's all good for me. See? Almost did a running stitch then, didn't I, rather than a back stitch. That's not very good. So that's that one. And then, whoops, this one here. I can hear Boo moving around. coming down to say hello, I think. Oh no, off up the garden. Can hear her, can't you? Clipping across the floor. Okay, let's have a look. So, here's our first one. We've got our trees, stalks, and our trees and our flowers. So what I want to do now is I'm going to put the other half of that green in my needle, and I'm just going to do some like stab stitches through those tree heads so that we're not obviously relying on that glue. And then I think I'm going to leave you to get on with the rest of your Sunday, because we've drawn it all up, we've got all our flowers on, and then I can just slowly stitch away at it. So I'm just literally going to stab from the back down, just little tiny stab stitches just to hold it in and put a bit of movement into that fabric. Well, she's not come back, so I'm guessing Boo's gone for a sunbathe. She does that, you know. She goes out in the garden sunbathing, and then at night when it's warm, you know, on warm evenings, she goes and lays out on the concrete to try and cool down. Funny dog. But she'll lay out there sunbathing and panting. She's mad. It's like she knows it's too hot. But then she lays on the window ledge in hubby's office, panting away because she's miles too hot. Ow, just stabbed myself on that one. So, round there. And then we'll just move over to the other side and do that last tree head before I say goodbye for today. So, over to this side. I think these are going to be cute little circles, and of course I can go round. I just realised that's where the other one went. Look, it's got stuck under that one. Do you remember I said there was one missing? Well, there it is. So we'll just stick that on there. Right, anyway, sorry, I've totally forgotten what I was saying now, because I caught sight of that flower. Oh, just the way Boo sunbathes, she's mad. So there you go, our tree heads are in. I think these circles are going to be so cute. Just, you know, looking out of a round window, why wouldn't you? That snapshot of life. I think that's awesome. There you go. So I hope you found some joy and inspiration now on what you could do with circles or even squares. I might do the next one with squares and fill them up with something. As always, thank you so much for joining me. stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.